The biggest pipeline in the United States and North America has been shut down. This is approximately 2.4 million barrels per day that have been taken offline, and this is the Kinder Morgan gas pipeline in South California. Why do our pipelines keep getting taken offline? All right, this is critical infrastructure. This is one of the biggest infrastructure components in North America. It supplies oil and gas for tons of states, dozens of states, and this is going offline. 2.4 million barrels per day. This is about a quarter of the United States daily consumption. We use about 10 million barrels per day, and 2.4 million is going offline. This is huge that this is happening, and this is devastating to our economy and to the supply chain. Once again, just another thing ticking off the supply chain. All right. And one thing really quick, guys. All right. This is critical. Please listen right here. All right. I had a video removed. All right. Yesterday, I had a video removed. I got a warning. All this stuff from YouTube was taken down. You probably know what video it was if you saw it. I don't even want to talk about it. But please follow me on Twitter, and please sign up for my email list. All right, I have an email list down there below. It's completely free, and that way I can keep you guys up to date on any kind of stuff like this that's happening. Or if I completely just disappear one day, I can email you. I can tell you guys what's going on. So please sign up for that. It only takes a second, and it's free. All right, I'm not even talking about the membership site, just the email list. And please follow me on Twitter as well. And thank you guys so much for supporting me. I'm super blessed to have you guys as an audience. Every single person that's ever watched, that's ever commented, thank you guys so much. I'm super blessed for every single one of you. Everyone that's ever donated, supported me. You guys are awesome. Prayed for me. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for all your support. Let's get back into this news here. All right. Why is this happening though? All right. Why is the critical infrastructure in the United States always getting taken out? And look at this article out of Bloomberg just a couple weeks ago. All right. Should the climate movement embrace property destruction? I could not believe this when I saw this. I've actually saw this a couple weeks ago, but I just forgot about the article. And says climate activists have done nowhere near enough to rein in the fossil fuel industry and must escalate their tactics. Professor Andreas Malm says on the Zero podcast. All right, that's their like zero emissions podcast. They're always talking about dystopian things that are happening, and one of the things they're saying, hey, maybe we should attack critical infrastructure more to combat fossil fuels. All right, and hey, I mean, right here, 2.4 million barrels a day, the largest pipeline in North America, taken offline. And you can see here, this pipeline also supplies, it says it's approximately 3,000 miles long. 3,000 miles long. That's insane. And it supplies oil to Arizona, California, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Washington, and Texas. All right, so this is a very serious thing, and they're even saying, quote, one of the largest energy infrastructure companies in North America. So this could cause shortages, and also a state of emergency has been declared, and the governor of Nevada is warning of shortages right now. And he's telling people, please don't panic buy. Please don't go to the store and buy gas, because we could see more shortages. All right. And it's one of these things, it's a catch-22. It's like, yes, buying it does cause the shortage, but at the same time, you don't want to not have any gas. You want to have gas, you know? Some of these things, you don't want to just be in a shortage situation as well. So that's why it's always best to just be prepared ahead of time. Have a few gas cans, have a few 5-6 gallon gas cans filled up, just in case you are ever in this situation and you need to get to work, or you need to get to the hospital. Sometimes, what if you need to get to an emergency situation and you need to get to your family member and you don't have gas, or there is a gas shortage? So just always have that. And just for your generator as well. What if the power goes out and you need gas for your generator? All right. It's always good to have a couple gas cans filled up and ready to go, because a state of emergency like has been declared in Nevada could happen at any moment to avoid panic buying. All right, specifically Las Vegas, they are warning about. And speaking of Las Vegas, I want to go back to this article really quick, because in Las Vegas just last month there was a guy that attacked a massive electric substation. This was huge. All right, one of the biggest substations outside of Las Vegas was attacked, and one of their main power generators was taken offline and this guy was charged with the T word. I don't even want to say it after yesterday. The T word, you know what I'm saying? Very extreme charge. He was charged with, and he drove his car in there, lit his car on fire, and was just sitting there and watching it. All right, right outside of Las Vegas. At the same time, Bloomberg is putting out these articles. Should we embrace property destruction? Like, this is insane. How are they getting? This is Bloomberg. This is one of the top mainstream news outlets, and they are putting out this narrative that we need to destroy our critical infrastructure, and our fossil fuel industry needs to be destroyed. All right, this is serious rhetoric, and things are escalating, and maybe this is why we've seen all these attacks on the grid. There was this couple plotting to take down Baltimore, Maryland, the whole city, and they were saying, oh, it's going to cause destruction and chaos, all this stuff. They were plotting it for months, and they got intercepted by agents and got arrested just recently. So this definitely could be intentional. This definitely could be engineered. It could be an accident, but these pipelines seem pretty secure and pretty foolproof. How are they just leaking all the time? We're never really given explanations or pictures of the direct leaks. How are they leaking? And when things like this happen, it causes panic buying. It causes societal stress and chaos. All right, and you can see here the emergency declaration is intended to help lift restrictions on trucking and other delivery methods to bring fuel into Clark County. Quote, to avoid any unnecessary shortages, I strongly urge all Las Vegas residents to avoid panic buying while awaiting repair timeline updates, the governor said after issuing a state of emergency because a rush on gas in the Las Vegas Valley has happened. All right, people heard this news and they're saying, hey, I'm going to fill up my car, and then it's making the shortages even worse. All right, so things are very fragile, and a real emergency, guys, emergency services will not work. All right, even ambulance has to go to the gas station and fill up the gas. Even the police just go to a regular gas station. They don't have any special gas station. They just go to a normal gas station and fill it up. And if that has shortages, they have shortages as well. All right, emergency services are down, and you are by yourself. You're on your own. So you need to get prepared, guys. This stuff could happen at any time, and they're escalating their rhetoric here, saying that they want to destroy the property and the critical infrastructure inside the United States. And just a couple months ago, there was a memo released by Western leaders saying that they're preparing for societies to, quote, panic buy and, quote, flee the cities en masse. That's what they are getting prepared for right now. And they're putting it in the context of a nuclear war. If a nuclear bomb was detonated in Ukraine, not even in a NATO country, just in Ukraine, they were anticipating mass panic buying and people leaving the city en masse. But this could also happen from situations like this. All right, there could be panic buying just from a pipeline being shut down. And what is up with our critical infrastructure? Why is it constantly being hit? Who's hitting it? Is this domestic, or is this foreign targets hitting this? Is this a larger program to take out America's critical infrastructure and our food supply? All right, what is going on in our energy supply? It definitely seems like our energy grid is being attacked, and this green stuff is used for the excuse for everything. Now it's they're using it to justify attacking critical infrastructure. It will be used for everything. All right, it will be used to track you, trace you, enslave you. They want to engineer these shortages so then they can control and manipulate the resources. Because right now it's such an abundance. It's like, why would we control these resources? It's fine. There's no shortages. But if there's a state of emergency, if there's panic buying, then the government needs to step in and say, hey, we need to take control of this resource. We need to control the gas in Nevada, and we need to prevent panic buying. All right. It's also a problem reaction solution from the people in power. All right. And a lot of times it's compartmentalized. This governor probably has nothing to do with it. He's just declaring a state of emergency because he's trying to fix the problem. But it's one of these things, it gets us closer to these resources being controlled and manipulated by the government directly, and they control who gets it. You get your ration for the day, you get your little carbon credit for the day of how far you can drive, of how much gas you can use, and you get your food ration for the day as well, because there's food shortages, there's fuel shortages, there's electricity shortages. Look at Africa, South Africa right now, the wealthiest nation in Africa, is a giant producer for Africa for food and materials, and they are having 12-hour rolling blackouts every single day because their energy reserves are too short right now. All right, one of the biggest food companies in France has cut down their production by 80%. So they're only at 20% production rate right now because energy prices in France have skyrocketed. This is an attack on our supply chain and our way of life. And if there's rolling blackouts, banking doesn't work. Your credit card doesn't work. You need to have cash because processing will not work as well if there are rolling blackouts. And a lot of the energy comes from massive generators that just burn diesel all day. So if this pipeline goes out, we could see electricity shortages as well. It's all connected. The supply chain's messed up. Diesel shortages. Truckers can't move. The supply chain doesn't get the items where they need to be on time. All right, all these things, it starts backing up. Jet fuel. Jets can't operate if there's shortages. There's already been a federal emergency declared in multiple states for jet fuel shortages, diesel shortages, mostly in a lot of the central states like Colorado, Nebraska, those states. There's been a fuel emergency declared because there's already massive shortages and the reserves are so low. So having this pipeline go off is a huge deal. Every time it goes off, it just puts us a little bit further behind. All right. We try to take one step forward and it puts us 2 steps back. Thankfully, we've already been, 100 steps ahead. All right. We have massive prosperity in the United States, but it's bringing us back every time. We're trying to just take a step forward, and it keeps bringing us 2 steps back every time, and eventually we're going to lose our prosperity. All right. So thank you guys so much. Please hit that like. Please hit that sub. Please hit those comments. Hit that bell if you want to get notified, guys. And please follow me on Twitter, and please sign up for that email list. I had a video removed yesterday, and you just never know, guys. You never know. Need to be prepared, and you need to sign up for that email list in case you just never see me again. I could just be gone one day. That's just how it is on the internet. It's just poof. People will just get disappeared. All right. So thank you guys so much, and you have a big old blessed day.